We're right on time as usual, Dave. Hello and welcome to the Dead Dodge Garage Super Boring Sunday Special. I don't even know if it's called that anymore. But it's definitely boring and it's definitely Sunday. And we're definitely right on time as usual. Yeah. Today I'm lucky enough to have a guest, Big Wrench Tech. Big Wrench Donnie is here with me.
Hey, folks.
BSing back and forth quite a bit lately, so yeah, here he is, the man.
What are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking Two Towns Original Cosmic Crisp, but only because my sister left an entire box of that here. So
very cool, very cool.
I'm
on the Powerade.
Oh, the Powerade, very good. Gives you power and it aids stuff.
Doing the thing.
I assume it does that thing.
It's hot here, so yeah.
Dave, did you email Tom about that trim? You should do that if you didn't. My sister says you're welcome. Bob's here with us. Lovejoy as well. Right on time as always. Yeah. Ross says, "Where's the?" My sister was on time. Stacy's here with us. Oh shit! I forgot.
So random.
Yeah. Stacy sent me an intake manifold and he filled the box with Canadian snacks. And I was going to bring Canadian snacks. I could really use a snack. But I forgot. They're downstairs. But I mean, it's all there. Ketchup, chips, all dressed chips, other things. There's a bunch of cool stuff in there. Awesome. Sounds good, Dave. Hopefully that pans out. Hopefully it's what you need. So my apologies to Stacy, but also my apologies to Stacy for not sending a shirt yet. I'm going to order it when I get my YouTube check tomorrow. So you should check in with me about midday. Hey, how's my shirt doing? I did, in my defense, I did tell Stacy, you sure you don't want to hold on to that intake for collateral?
Yeah.
Anyway. Everything takes forever. That's basically how my life goes. So
at the speed of snail.
Pretty much snail. Bob says Sunday fun time. Go! Yeah. No one requests any songs because, well, okay, more on that in a minute. But my guitar stand is unfortunately empty because I had to play a show 2 weekends ago. Oh, which got me in the paper. I'm really
seen that. Congratulations.
That. Oh, that's not how papers work.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Do the flippy thing.
I'm in the paper playing a bass. But I took my my guitar with me and I didn't bring it back up here. So anyway, I guess I could clap. But Big Wrench has his guitar, so you know.
I do. They're back there in the stream bit. So yeah.
So that's cool. You just hand one over to me and we'll be all good.
I'll Bluetooth it over ASAP.
Perfect. Fax it to me. Isabel says, hello. Those are some horns if I've ever seen them. Wow. My sister wants all dressed chips. I had planned to eat them right now, but it didn't work out that way. Oh, the other thing, there are a bunch of cool snacks in there. And he said specifically, there better not be anything in this box that you can get in America. The only thing that was Kit Kat, but he said, actually, I know you guys have Kit Kat, but they're totally different. I wouldn't say they were totally different, but they were different and better. Everything's better in Canada. I was going to say something. What was it? Oh. My daughter was super excited about the illegal Kinder Eggs. That was it. I still have the actual edible Kinder Eggs with toys inside, but the toys are in a smaller egg. So if the kids, yeah, anyway, yeah. But of course, because my daughter spends a lot of time on YouTube, she knew that they were illegal and she was really excited about it. Rooster's here with us who says simply, I have arrived. I just talked to Rooster for a while. I had to go because my friend Josh pulled up with his Studebaker, 61 Studebaker Hawk. Which is funny because there's a 61 Studebaker Hawk out in the shop. It's been with me for a while. Hopefully I'll get that done sometime soon. Anyway, let me I think it's mostly just people saying hello. Oh, Dave's having problems with emails. Okay, well, hopefully you guys get in touch. Brent 14 wants to know if they play I Can't Drive 55 in Canada. Now, you're in Florida. Did they play it there or no?
Yes, they do.
Oh.
Quite often on the classic rock channels all the time. It seems like every 25 seconds they're playing it. So
That sounds about right. But
the
do
answer
you
is
know
yes.
how to play it? Can you play 8 seconds of I Can't Drive 55? Because I can't.
No.
Perfect.
Just being bluntly honest, nope, can't do it.
What's 55 miles an hour in kilometers? Is that like 70?
Mach slow.
I can't drive 72.
Yeah. The kilometers is greater than miles per hour. So
it is. Yeah. 100 kilometers is like kilometers an hour is like 60 miles an hour. So like I said, I don't know, 75, let's say 80. No, that's totally wrong. It must be 90 something. Listen.
Math. Bad. Math.
Not why we're here. What were we talking about?
I'm looking it up.
Okay, fine. You do that. I'll tell the people what we were just talking about, which is Chrysler concept cars, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Because I posted that. Now I can't remember what it's called. 1951 Chrysler concept car. Oh, what the heck is it called? It's made by Gia. Oh, yeah, the K310. So someone asked, what is that car? That is the K310. And the K310 is notable because it had 310 horsepower. It was built by Gia, and the styling sort of had the flavor of forthcoming Chrysler products. Of course, they never made anything that really looked like that, but yeah. Oh, Dan Berg is here with us and says, hiya. Hey, Dan, how you doing? Ross says, yeah, but it loses something in the metric translation. Thank you. Exactly. Yeah. Did we figure out what it is in kilometers?
I did. 88.5.
One more time.
88.5. 88.5 kilometers is 55 miles an hour.
We're good. Still rhymes. Avon's here with us. Howdy, Avon. How you doing?
But that would not work in a song, I'm afraid.
Sure it would. 88.5. You could do just fine.
Have to throw some opes and A's in there. So
easy.
Yeah.
Steady.
No, my wife's Canadian. I can say that.
Nice. Hey, man, some of my best friends are Canadian.
Yeah.
Actually, literally one of my best friends is from Saskatoon. So anyway, I was going to say something. Oh, yeah. Avon saying howdy reminded me. Last week, Mother's Day happened, and I didn't stream because we decided to take the boat out to the lake, and it was like, yeah, it's cool. It got really late in the day, and I realized I can't do both of these things, but it's Mother's Day, so I better make the right choice, and the right choice is doing the boat thing, which is what she said she wanted to do. So we towed the boat all the way out to the lake. Boat ramp was blocked by a tree, so then we off-roaded towing the boat for like 5 miles to get to the Renegade boat ramp, and it was full of other boats and trucks, and I'm huge, so I went, nah, never mind, forget that. Then I realized the trailer brakes were smoking, and then we went back to the Wainuchi Lake Dam area to hang out for a bit, and one of the wheel bearings on the trailer was really, really smoking. So what I did was miss the stream to take my boat for a ride and then abandon it out at the ranch because I lost a wheel bearing. And I went back the next day to fix it. I jacked it off the ground, and I just grabbed the wheel and took it off. So I don't know how I made it there with 4 wheels, but I did, and it all worked out. Major off-roading escapade. Absolute debacle. Oh, and the power tilt motor on my outdrive still broken, so I was going to use an electric ratchet to make that happen. So basically it was all bad is what I'm trying to say, and I missed the live.
What kind of boat is it?
It made a story.
What kind of boat is it?
It is a 1976 Sea Ray 240 HT. The HT stands for hardtop. It's a cabin cruiser, but it's kind of cool because it's an actual cabin with a back door and like a solid wall instead of a lot of them from that time, which just had like canvas or whatever. So it's cool. And the cabin's heated and it's got the big sleeping area and the V-berth. And yeah, I've done 2 episodes on it, which no one watched. Avon said that I should make another one. I don't know if I should because I don't think anyone will watch it. But anyway, That's fine. But yeah, there is a boat episode. It's a cool boat. I really like it. But Rooster says, I got in the paper once, 147 in a 55. Funny, we were just talking on the phone and he was telling me about mistakes he's made in his life. I wonder if that's one of them. Dan Tupper's here with us. Howdy, Dan. How you doing? Just talking to Dan in an email. Oh, and Noah's here with us and says, is that Big Wrench? Nice to put a face to the name. Yes, that is the Big Wrench Tech.
Howdy.
Oh yeah, once I put comments up, it doesn't show names anymore, but that's him.
Yeah, somewhere over here.
Haven says, Japanese Kit Kats can't be beat. The rich matcha flavor is fantastic. I've never had one. But did I mention that I need a snack? This isn't helping. Isabel says, those horns are gorgeous, aren't they? Yes, they are. Good to meet you guys. Good to have you here. Appreciate that. Jorge's with us as well. Buenas noches, Jorge. ¿Cómo está? And DB says, hello from Texas. Oh, Stacy will send some all dress chips for my sister in the nice care package. Lovejoy says, I'm not going to guarantee anything, but I think this week is going to be the week, Jamie. Which week? What is happening? That's funny. I should have scrolled down because Jorge
88.5.
Yeah, figures. Bob says the Diamante, nothing cooler. Imagine that as a Hemi car. I don't know. I'm very much partial to the turbine car myself. There's talking about candy going on. Oh, Jorge says, corn dog.
Corn dog.
You asked us to remind you to fix the e-brake and the valve slap. To check the valves in the Demon, I'm assuming. It's not making noise. And fix the e-brake handle. Yeah, thanks for the reminder. Reminders don't really work very well either.
Oh, boy.
Corn Dog King. My coworker went on a quick road trip down the Oregon coast this last week, and he sent a picture. Hold on. It's this. It's amazing. You're gonna love it. It's a restaurant called the Pronto Pup. It's so cool. And out front, there is a corn dog you can ride. It's on the Oregon coast. I love the Oregon coast. It's one of my favorite places in the world. I've driven down that highway, and I've passed the Pronto Pup many times, but only since I started working at Rocket did the corn dog thing become an important factor.
Don't come between a man and his corn dog.
Don't do it. You know my favorite thing about all that? The sheer number of people that were like, what kind of monster eats a corn dog without mustard? Let's see you slide your 68 Charger around in a field while eating a corn dog and put goddamn mustard on it.
Yeah.
With white interior. Did I mention that?
Yeah. Step 1, 68 Charger.
Yeah.
Step 2, corn dog.
Corn dog. Yeah. So anyway, once I was done filming that, I put ketchup and mustard on it. Anyway, hilarious. That
was a lot of fun. I love watching that.
I feel like that video should be appealing to a lot of people, but it's so amazing. Like, just I spend a lot of time in YouTube analytics. I know I've mentioned that, and that video tanked. A lot of people liked it, but it's just so pointless and stupid. And I love it.
It's great. It's great.
It's a silent film until
it's genius.
And what's even better is the corn dog was not supposed to be part of the. I just went to get a corn dog for lunch, and I realized, you know what would be funny? I was doing this while eating a corn dog. So, and the other funny thing is, you can't tell because the video magic, but I had actually filmed the whole opening sequence first. I had drifted around and done that, and I'd done all the different shots. You know, I filmed that whole thing with one camera, my phone, that I had to keep resetting, and that 5-minute video of stupid stuff is made up of so many takes. We drove around that yard so many times. Anyway, I'd already done all that, and then I went to get lunch, and I thought, I'll get some footage of running down the road, and then I was thinking, maybe I'm doing all this on my lunch break. And then I bought a corn dog, and then I was driving back, And my plan was to just come flying in and get footage, that way. And I did. And then I was like, oh my God, I should do one where I'm eating the corn dog. And then I did. And at the very, very end, that line, Trev just improvised. He's like, I wanted to get arrested at the end because it's a cop car. And so air gun.
Yeah, you've been held up by impact point.
Right. Someone had to arrest me. So I was like, dude, I just want you to hold up an air gun and arrest me. And he just completely improvised that thing. Did you really not buy me a corn dog? Son of a
bitch.
Totally improvised. And I was like, oh, dude, that's it.
Dude.
That's
golden.
No, I think it's fun.
What a legend.
I hope it someday gets the recognition it probably doesn't deserve. Oh, and the other thing is the closing music. That was something at my old shop. We had all kinds of dumb jokes, but something we said all the time was, put a corn dog in the window. And I mentioned that to Trev once.
Oh my God.
Anyway, it became the corn dog thing. But
oh boy.
Ross says if you go 88.5 kilometers per hour, you can go back to the future. And go back, way back. Jason Umbright's here with us. Hello, Jason. How's it going? Jason ruthlessly stole the wheels off of the truck he bought and put them on his Volare. It looks great. But anyway, the truck's still broken, I'm assuming. Lovejoy says, I love boats a lot for a guy from a landlocked state. The most landlocked state, in fact. Wow. I am, not in that. I can't quite smell the ocean from here, but I can smell the Wishkah River. And I realized from up here, I can actually see it right there through those trees. Which is
pretty
cool.
Awesome.
No one figure out where I live. Don't do that. Anyway. Oh, Stacy. You guys still getting our hickory flavored air down there? It was horrible yesterday. I'm guessing you don't get Canadian smoke where you're at because you're all the way down there. But
no,
Minnesota.
We just a bunch of red tide every now and then, and that's about it. Dead fish smell. Yes. Very pleasant.
But Canadian smoke. Okay, so up here in the Northwest, we have so up here in the Northwest, we have Canadian smoke season. And there are wildfires everywhere. But because of the way the wind works, we end up with Canadian smoke here. And so like last summer, there was an entire couple week period where it was just smoke. It's smoke season. And it's not like here.
It's not random.
I know. It's crazy. It's not super, super bad here. But this was, I believe, Calgary last week. Can you?
Whoa.
It's like thick and yellow and terrifying. There were shots of Portland, Oregon looking like that last year. Like crazy. So, yeah. So we had some of their smoke here.
You don't say.
yeah. Crazy stuff. No, right now it's just kind of normal Grays Harbor, overcast, windy, cold. No smoke currently, but there was. There certainly was. Oh, yeah. Lovejoy has something for one of my cars. Yes. A piece of pipe, actually. Yeah. You know I was working on the Power Wagon, the greenish monster, next to the 67 Barracuda yesterday, and I was using the hood of the Barracuda for a table, and I thought, oh, this is kind of funny. Anyway, that's fine. Brent says, no eating in the 68 Charger. I can't live by your rules. I know at first I had a rule, and then I realized, wait, this is my car. Who am I saving it for? It's my driver when the weather's nice. So anyway, it's fine. Oh, and Dan wants to know when we're going to see my chin. 10,000 subscribers. We're almost there. We're getting there, but it's slowed down a bit. Everyone says that a corn dog without mustard is just wrong. Okay, fine. Oh, yeah. Chin reveal. Everyone wants to know about the chin.
Jeez.
10,000 subscribers. I made an announcement. Anyway, I just wanted to. So we were just talking about Chrysler concept cars. Funny enough, which has nothing to do with anything, but you sent me this one, the Super Dart 400, which I've seen one picture of the crazy nose, but I didn't really know anything about this one.
Yeah, that thing is wicked. You either love them or you hate them. I personally, I like them.
Well, and if you look at that grill right there, it might be hate. It just like that's the Jetsons. Like if that's not the Jetsons, I don't know what it is. But here's the thing I found interesting. Look at that roof line. Okay, ignore that black paint. That is the roof line and back window off of the late 60s fastback Chrysler. That's what it is. It's exactly that. So I find that interesting. There are no new ideas. All of the good ideas were had in about 1950 something. I strongly believe that. Anyway, I've got Big Wrench Tech here. So I guess we should talk about Big Wrench Tech stuff.
Why would you want to do a thing like that? Nah.
I don't know. At least a little bit.
Hi, guys. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me, Jamie, by the way.
Yeah. Thanks for shouting
out
out me in your last video. What's up?
What's up?
My daughter's here, but she might be too shy to say hi because there's someone else on the screen. You want to say hi?
There's somebody.
Yeah, that's Donnie. No, you don't. Almost. Wait for it. Okay. All right. Nice seeing you. What's up? You got
the 30 level, so I'm in good shape.
Say something? Or... Wow. Quit punching him. That is just rude. Jeez. Anyway.
I don't even know what I was saying.
Ava punches the world, apparently. I don't know. I just want to talk about your channel real fast. You're a young up-and-comer in the YouTube scene.
I'm trying to be the best I can. First off, I realize I'm running some crappy equipment, i.e. not to sound kind of, well, just be honest. I got my inspiration from Derek, no doubt, over the whole taping an iPhone to a garage door is how he got started. So I kind of did the same thing with a broken Android, and I realize now that half my videos look like garbage. So,
you know, my entire channel is produced on an iPhone, right?
Yes. So
you can get.
I am converting everything over to iPhone, not Android. That, and the other new iPads and stuff.
You know, actually, it's funny. I tried using my old phone as a backup camera, so I didn't have to just use this, and it was an Android. And I did one episode with it. It's one of the demon episodes, and it's horrible.
Yeah,
it's really
garbage.
Bad. iPhone's magic. But anyway, you know, you don't need the best equipment. That's not You know, and the funny thing is, I even shoot in 30 FPS, which is
really
not great, and I shoot in 1080, not 4K. I don't know if anyone noticed the Corn Dog Charger car chase was shot in 4K, 60 frames per second, which looked beautiful, but murdered my phone. I had to delete old clips 4 times during the course of that because
you're running out of data.
Yeah. All the rest of my stuff is all in 1080p. Who cares? It's fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's not, people aren't coming to you for cinematic quality. Actually, funny enough, Jason Umbright, Stage Zero Garage, messaged me today and said, "Hey man, I was just wondering, what do you do for audio? Are you using like a microphone? Or are you doing voiceovers? Because your stuff sounds pretty good. You know, the audio sounds nice."
Yeah.
No, it's me talking behind the phone. That's all it is. It's me talking behind the phone. Wow. Anyway, get yourself an iPhone is what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's fine. Cheers.
Cheers. Well, yeah, working on a shovel head, but I've got tired of actually doing that. I got to change up a little bit. Otherwise, it's just going to be one big, you know, channel about working on a shovel head motorcycle. So I got some, well, I kind of already told you, I got some other videos lined up. So it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot different than what you usually see on YouTube. So
cool.
Going to be kind of rad.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now I'm remembering now. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Cool. That'll be fun.
It is. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I think that will make a very interesting video. The one thing I will say is on my channel, I've found that if I try to do something that's different that I think is interesting, no one watches it.
Really?
Well, yeah. Part of it is your niche.
I may not want to venture into that.
Well, you're early enough on. It's still worth trying, I think.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the audience that you find, you'll find your place in that, if that makes sense.
But yeah, absolutely.
If I do anything that's not Mopar, technical, revival, whatever, some of them like the walk around and drive videos, they do okay. They don't do amazing, but people like seeing the cars. The cars that do the best for me, riding pieces of garbage. But if I try to stray outside of Mopar land, like I've done Ford trucks, no. I did a classic Cadillac. Actually, one of the best videos I have ever made was a revival of a 1961 Cadillac that my friend Josh owned. It was the very first one where I was like, I'm going to edit the shit out of this. And I put backing music in it, and I had the B-roll going, and I put so much effort into it. It's one of the best videos I've ever done. No one watched it.
You're kidding.
Mopar. And the thing you'll start to realize this as your channel builds. If your people don't watch it, the YouTube algorithm doesn't push it out to more people. So
I noticed that.
It has to appeal to your people, right? And I know my people. So I've finally gotten, it took a year and a half, but I've finally gotten to a point where, okay, I know if this is going to do pretty well, this probably isn't going to do well. Maybe I shouldn't bother doing this. I used to do a lot more project updates on my builds here. Yeah. Some of them do okay. People really like the Barracuda. In fact, just about any video on that Barracuda does fairly well. But that's because it's a ratty piece of crap. So, no, try what you're going to try. But just when you get to a certain point, you'll kind of know. That's
the garbage can CUDA, right?
No, the other one. The daily driver one. The garbage can, I did 3 videos on it last year, and I pretty much haven't touched it in a year. So
wow.
Yeah, allegedly.
I remember the Mustang video you did, and I'm like, that was actually a good one. I watched the stew out of that one.
Yeah, so the Mustang video, that was another one of Josh's cars, and the 56 Dodge truck that Jorge has one too, actually, but he came in and asked about that one. That was one of Josh's. That was you can kind of tell that it's not my normal thing.
Right.
Those are usually his cars. But he's a collector and does silly things with his life, and sometimes he lets me play with him. But yeah, the Mustang was not long after the Cadillac, I think, and I was sort of again doing the same thing. But the revival thing's been done. I mean, Derek owns that, and there's no question of that.
Right.
My thing is, I've been reviving cars like that for a long time. And the fact that he did it and became famous doing it on YouTube, that means I can't? Because people come in and say, oh, you're just trying to be like Vice Grip Garage. No, dude.
It's like, wait, I've been doing this the same time. It's like, it's not my fault.
Yeah. I remember when we first found Roadkill, and it was like, this is kind of like our lives.
Yeah.
This is kind of what we do, but on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I kind of haven't had a whole lot of that going on. And it's funny, every single thing I try to revive now just goes bad. Like the 64 Power Wagon, still can't get the engine to turn. Spent half a day on it yesterday. Nope. Anyway, motorcycles are cool. I mean, there are lots of people out there that want to see that. I know that. You find those people, it kind of has to be a combination. And I know I told you this. You asked me for some advice, when we first started talking, which I'm happy to give. And I said then, like, don't do what I'm doing because it's not going to work for you. You got to do it your way. And a big part of it is the people like you. They want to know you. They like your character.
Right.
The humor.
They don't want a made up persona. They want you.
Right. They want you. Yeah. And if you try to be bullshit, they'll know.
Oh yeah.
So I've from the beginning, I was my authentic self. It just took me a while to find exactly First, I
Your
was
niche.
not quite enough. I was too shy. And then I cranked it to like 11 and a half. And then I kind of brought myself back to, normal Jamie and figured that out. But I was never trying to be anyone I wasn't. It was just like, yeah, whatever. Yeah. One thing you do that I don't do is look at the camera. I try not to do that as much as possible.
See, and I did that because my mom's like, why are you like facing off in that corner over there? And I'm like, well, what do you want me to do? It's like, well, if you look at the camera, it actually like they're actually talking to you. So I'm like, all right, Mom. So my mom does not sound like that though.
In case she's watching, we want to make that very clear.
So
that's funny. Well, mix of the two. Sometimes I do own a tripod now. I didn't have a tripod for the first year of the channel. I have a tripod, so sometimes I do show myself doing things. In fact, I've got clips of myself working on the 64. If that video ever gets made, finished, I mean, I've been working on it. I've filmed for that on like 6 different days, and still just like, yesterday I pulled a cylinder head, and I still don't know anything more than I did. But yeah, sometimes I'll point the camera at myself. But you could do a healthy mix. Yeah. Like I say, my style is my style. I don't know that it would work for you. I do the clip thing. And the reason that is because I have no one. The reason that started is because I have no one to hold a camera. And I didn't have a tripod. So I would show this part. Then I would put the camera down. Then I'd do something. Then I'd pick the camera up and show what I did and talk about that, and then move on, and then move on. And then it just kind of like I edited the videos that way, and it made sense, Yeah. And a big part of what I'm doing as well is storytelling. I've realized like that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm working.
It's awesome. I love your style. Of course, a lot of people do.
I appreciate that. Almost 10,000 people do. But I've also had criticism, which actually I want to share with you. And it's not like it's constructive. It's constructive.
Oh, no. Okay. I take everything.
I want to share something with you that people have said to me because I watched your last video and you're talking about it. But what you didn't do is show what you're doing, show what you're talking about, show yourself working. I've had so many people say, why don't we ever see you work on cars? Why don't we see you doing
I just realized that.
Yeah, no, I know, and I didn't even think about it. Like,
wow.
Oh, you're right. I'm just talking about it. You don't really do stuff. And I've actually joked about that on video because, again, it's a comment I've gotten many times. In fact, even my coworker Trev has some German friends who have watched my channel, and the German people are very technical and practical, and the criticism from them was, what is he even doing? What is going? It's just, what is he doing? There's nothing there. What is he doing?
This is garbage.
Notice I almost fell into an accent there.
Yeah,
I thought better of it.
What are you doing?
We like to speak with the German accents because this is what we like. Anyway.
Oh boy.
Good stuff. But anyway, just something to think about. There's so much to think about, and there are so many ways to attack it. And you'll get to whatever works for you. But what works for me is picking up my iPhone, saying dumb stuff, and day by day, the YouTube algorithm find more people that at least kind of like it. So that's working out for me. Let me just choke real fast. Hold on.
All right.
Don't inhale your saliva. That's a bad idea. Tom Hergert, the guy that writes my paychecks and a bad influence constantly, keeps sending me things like this.
Oh man,
that thing is beat. No, he sent me the 64 too, the Power Wagon that I bought, and I looked at the pictures and went, dude, that is a horrible piece of garbage. Wow. And then I closed the ad, and then I went, did I just see manual locking hubs? And then I opened it again and went, oh my God, it's a Power Wagon. Great. Now I have to go buy it. And I did.
There's that squirrel tactic again.
Squirrel! I have to go.
Locking hubs.
It's awesome. Lovejoy says, I was not enjoying the Applewood smoked Canadian air in Canada in the air on Wednesday. Let me tell you that. Yeah, yeah, not good. I mean, you got to feel really bad for the people living under it that have to like really breathe it, you know, and not this last year so much. We'll see this year because wildfire season started early. But 2 years ago, there were air quality warnings. Like, it was bad. It's not safe to go outside and breathe the air because there's so much, that burning shit. Super great. My sister says she goes to my house regularly and still barely knows where it is. That's awesome. Good. Jason says, yeah, the truck's still on stands waiting to get the replacement 360 back from the machine shop. Been thinking about roller cam until today's video. $signs. Yeah, Jason, if you were going to go roller cam, obviously a Magnum would have been the way to go. And I know we were talking about that. And when we were talking about that was before I'd ever lost a lifter. So, you know, my feelings have changed a little bit since then, but I don't know. I'm not ready to throw in the towel and say you're not allowed to build an engine unless you spend $1,500 on a roller conversion. It's just like, I just hate that. And I said it in today's video, like, if budget builds go away, this hobby goes away. Like, how can you, I'm not good with that. So yeah, I don't know what the answer is. Yell at the cam manufacturers, all two of them. And also what we've talked about is the lifters. I think the lifters are the real problem. But, you know, I'm just some guy, not exactly a metallurgist, a machinist, an engineer. Yeah. Anyway, good luck. He dropped in and said greetings and salutations. Yes, my sisters. Yes, we get California, Oregon, and Canadian smoke here, and then sometimes our own. Yes, very true. Joyce says, pipe will get in the mail this week, maybe. Cool. Sounds good. Jason apparently is into just drinking mustard, so that's awesome. DB says, oh, yes, this is a good one. Jamie, a few years ago at a Mopar car show, a Dodge owner told me that some 70s small blocks came with plastic timing gears. Is this true? Yes, kind of. They came with nylon-coated camshaft gears, cam gear only, not the crank gear. Crank gear was always steel. But the cam gear would have a nylon layer on the outside. So the cam gear, the metal part, was actually smaller. It still had teeth to lock into the nylon, and then there's nylon on it. And the nylon disintegrates. And when it disintegrates, bad stuff happens. I have seen that. Actually, I might have told this story here. My friend Connor owns a red 73 Dart Swinger that we revived like 12 years ago now, 11 years ago. Don't remember. Anyway, it was in my care for a while. My friend Aaron needed a car and liked that. And so we agreed to let him drive it. And he drove it for a while. It was fine until he took it off a sweet jump. And when he took it off a sweet jump, it's crazy. There's this alley in town where they like poured a new parking lot over it, but then the original alley is still there, and it's like a 1.5 to 2 foot drop. Like, dude. And there's nothing, there's no barricade, there's no sign, there's nothing there. And he didn't know that, and it was dark. So he went off of it. Bam. Bam. And the car like died. And I went and cranked the distributor advance, and then it ran again, but it was never right after that. And then like a while later, because I think the car ended up parked again, and then Connor was driving it again. A while later, the timing jumped again, and he cranked the distributor, and hey, it kind of runs again, but it's bad now. And so I went and helped him put a timing chain in it, and that's exactly what it is. The nylon around the outside, there were just chunks of it gone. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like either it lost a couple teeth or something when that initial incident happened, and it was just hanging on there enough to still run. But at that point, the cam must have been seriously retarded. Oh, no, I remember. He loaned it to someone else, and someone else was driving it when it finally died, when it like actually just jumped so far it wouldn't run anymore. Ooh. Crazy stuff. But yes, that is 100% true. They had nylon coated. It was just a layer on the outside, nylon cam gears. And funny side note, The Chevy Iron Duke had the same thing. The point of the nylon is to reduce timing chain noise. The Iron Duke doesn't have a chain at all. It has gears, direct drive gears, and they use nylon on the cam gear again, so you don't get that gear whine noise. So the LLV, the mail trucks with, the Iron Duke engines, they all, wow, they all have coated gears like that, and they disintegrate. I've had to fix it like 4 or 5 times. It's crazy. Huge pain in the ass. Anyway.
Great idea.
That guy at the car show was completely correct. That is the thing that happens. In fact, the 440 that lost the cam, the lifters, when we opened it, there was before we rebuilt it, when we took it apart to send it to the machine shop, there was a bunch of debris in the oil pan, and we're pretty sure it was nylon from the original timing set. So maybe valve guide seals too.
Interesting.
Good stuff. Tyler C says, in Canada, corn dogs are called pogos. In Canada, corn dog eats you. Junkyard D. Now, mind you, we're 20 minutes behind now on comments.
Hey, look, a new guy.
But 20 minutes ago, Junkyard D said, hey, look, a new guy. Yeah, it's Big Wrench. That's Donnie Big Wrench there. Oh, and my daughter, catch these hands. If someone coming to you and you ain't got no hands, 1-800, what's happening? Tyler C. Jamie, did you catch the Mecum auction coverage? I didn't actually watch it, but I have seen all the reports about the Black Ghost Challenger sold for $975,000 plus buyer's premium makes it $1 million something. $1,024,000? I don't remember. Your thoughts? Overpriced? Tyler, I think I'm going to do a video on this. I don't really want to, but at the same time, I have some thoughts, and I've talked about it before. A certain Washington-based host of a Mopar show came out swinging against that guy when it was announced that it was going to be sold, and I had some thoughts about that. My thoughts were, it's his car, so it's his car. It's his car. It's his decision. As far as it being overpriced, I think multiple people in our group, Stacy included, estimated it going for $1 million. So I guess it was right on. That's a lot of money. And now all of a sudden people are crawling out of the woodwork to say the story is 100% fake and yada, yada, yada. And they did that just to jack up the value of the car or whatever. I don't know. No matter what, it's still a highly optioned Gator Grain top Hemi 4-speed Challenger, so it was worth a lot to begin with. Survivor car like that, but I don't quite know what to make of the different things going back and forth, but I do feel like I might be qualified to make a video talking about it. We'll see. I don't know, but overpriced. Well, you guys know how I feel about cars going to auction in general. We thought it would be around $1 million, and it was around $1 million. So do with that information what you will. Rooster says, I don't trust any Mecum auction. Way too many setup deals. Yeah, when a piece of crap, poorly restored 68 Charger RT sells for $185,000, I have a problem. I have a problem, and I've been trying to find the next horrible nightmare that's going to auction for a follow-up video since I made that one, and I haven't found it yet, but it'll happen. Oh, and Dan Berg says, kind of like seeing Jamie's chin, except he never has, but I assume he means he'd like to. Oh, for Christ's sake. Pink Cadillac every time. Okay, you can see my chin. Hang on. Hold on. Oh, wait. No, that's my... Well, that's me, but I'm not showing you that one. Okay, here we go. Just so happens one of my brothers sent a bunch of old family pictures to our sibling group a bit ago. Come on, why you got to do that? Why you got to do that? Anyway.
Do the thing.
That's me. Damn it! Stay! Stop doing that. All right, fine. We'll do it the wrong way. That's me. There I am. And that's my little brother. Not my little brother, my younger brother. And There's my sister. Aren't we a handsome young group? I think that was, I think we were dressed up for my grandma's wedding. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Wow. Okay, here's, wow. Oh, my mom will love this. She hates being on camera. Come on. Man, why does this suck so bad? I could probably finish off, but okay, fine. Here, there we all are. There we are. I'm right there in the middle. There's my sister. There's my younger brother Alex, looking very grumpy. There's my brother Colin, my grandma, whose 90th birthday is in a couple weeks, and my mom in the back, the tall one. There you go. Ah, okay, one more. There's my kid. Back when I had a couple of them. I was a tubby baby. All right, there. You see my chin.
His first words were Mopar.
Yeah, there you go. Rooster says Black Ghost was a setup. May well be. Rooster also says, I have a shovel head and I love it. I've never been a Harley guy. I've had some Japanese bikes. I've never had an American one. Never have been either. They just show up. Yeah. Hobby commented and said, wondering how do you monitor your air fuel ratio in your cars? That's my secret, Cap. I don't. Plug reading is all the technology I've got. I mean, there's feedback that will tell you if it's way, way off. If you're billowing black fuel smoke out the back, that's too much. And if it's obviously lean and running like dog crap or, you know, there are things you can tell if it's way, way off. As long as it's not way, way off and it's kind of like, okay. My point is, I barely know what an air fuel ratio is. That's not true. I spent years as a professional mechanic and I have an idea. And I know how oxygen sensors work, actually. But I don't. I read spark plugs and use the seat of my pants. That's it. I don't find myself doing a lot of jet changes. Last year, when I still had the Edelbrock on my Demon, I was doing some needle tuning, trying to get that right. But I was just reading the plugs, basically. That's it. And just kind of judging how it was running. The smart thing to do would be to get a wideband gauge and sensor and put that in your exhaust. And yeah. And it's interesting, Junkyard D, that comment, that's reminding me of what Dustin's truck was doing with the bad oxygen sensor. It would read briefly and then it would just go to space. So actually, I think his truck, it's Mega Squirt injected. And I think it's still running with the oxygen sensor disconnected. Or I just turned self-learning off. I can't remember. Anyway, we've needed to put a sensor in that for like 6 months. Maybe we'll do that. Oh, Brent Forte says, I thought the Charger Chase video was hilarious. Me too. But I didn't do any sweet jumps. So also, I want to make something abundantly clear. I slid the Charger sideways many times. The problem is the way it was shot, you just don't get that sense of action. You just can't tell. There are only a few times where you can kind of see it quickly. And I looped it around once. Right between two rows of cars, I spun it out, which was really cool. I almost put that at the end of the video as like a blooper, but then I thought better of it. You know, got to save a little bit of face. Ross said something about the 64 Power Wagon, but I'm not sure what. That's probably a response to something that I said to him saying, and 64 Power Wagon, warped clutch. It's in neutral, so it wouldn't make any difference. Yeah, AFR gauge. That's funny. It corrected to AEM. AEM. Okay, that's the brand, but it says AFT. It's AFR, air fuel ratio. Anyway, that's the way of the future. But I don't live in the future. Oh, and I do have pictures of Rooster's bike, but I'd have to go looking for them. We talk a lot. Lovejoy says, once I get the 360 Magnum running in my Barracuda, I am tempted to take a Slant 6 and put it in the donor Ram. You would be a hero. Or put it in one of those Fords. You got enough of them. Come on. Maybe the one you rolled on its top to pull the starter. Have any of you, if any of you follow Lennon's Racing, you might know about the BMW that had a slant six swapped into it. You know, the BMW inline six cylinder sits at an angle, so it's pretty much a slant six, but less reliable. Say that to a BMW guy and see how it works out for you.
I have a 328i, and you're right.
I had a 323, the four cylinder. 323.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And when I traded a Honda Accord for it, and I had to give the guy another $600, and like, it was this crazy thing. We drove the lowered Honda, which I never really wanted. I bought it because it was really cheap. I traded a Dart for it. That's what happened. We drove this lowered Honda, my brother and I, to Oregon to get some parts. And I was like, dude, I don't want to drive this Honda home. Let's find something to trade it for. So I found this Beamer. The guy claimed that it had an M series engine. Brother, the M series has a six cylinder, and this is a stock four banger. And then he claimed that it was supercharged, and I was like, where's the supercharger?
Where is it?
It's okay, dude. I really like this thing. It's a stick, and it's not my Honda, and I'm gonna take it anyway. But like, yeah. And then I was young and dumb too at that time, and he handed me a registration, and I just didn't even look at it. And then I got home, and I was like, dude, this isn't the title. This is your registration. I need the title. He made me send him another $100 to mail me the title. Anyway, good times. Yeah, but I didn't have to drive that Honda home.
Front yard.
Oh, yeah. And the Challenger. And you were just telling me about that. You had to put a cam in it.
Yeah.
Welcome to Hemi's. Enjoy your stay. Yeah.
The tap.
Now, what year is that one?
2013. Okay. Less than 100,000 miles and had to put a cam in it.
It started ticking. Did it stick?
And it's a stick shift, so it's not the whatever the solenoid model is.
Oh, there's no MDS, but it still did.
There's no MDS, and it had a cam failure.
Yeah, the stick ones don't have that. Huh. That's interesting.
Very rare.
Did you get to see your cam when it came out? Did you do the work yourself? Or
I did it myself, yes.
Oh, you did? Okay. So what did the cam look like when it came out?
Oh, my God. It was...
like lobes gone? Or
yeah, it was about that cylindrical. I mean, there was no lobe whatsoever. It was just flat.
Question.
Yes.
Which cylinder did it? Do you remember?
3.
I was going to guess 3. That's the one I've seen do it twice. Cylinder 3.
Number 3 does it. I don't know what it is because I've seen it in the cop cars that I used to work on.
Number 3. We thought it was because of the MDS because I think that's one of the MDS cylinders. It's 2 and 2. Yeah, I think it's 3.5 and 2.8. But I could be wrong. I'm pretty damn sure 3 is one of the MDS cylinders. So that's interesting. Awesome. That yours did it with no MDS. It's just weird.
It can happen.
Yeah. Weird stuff. Oh, and Bob says, smash that like button, friends. Yeah, I didn't think to say that. But now I'm going to check. I'm going to check.
Do that because it does things.
It does things for the stuff with the deal. Oh, Uncle Tony's no longer streaming, so whatever that means. 27 likes. That's not enough. We got 40 out there. Feel free to hit the button because it does things for the stuff with the deal. And thank you, Bob, for the reminder because I'm not up on it today. And Rocket Tom dropped in to say, hi, chaperoning niece's 5-year-old birthday party might be a short visit. Roger. And these, of course, are comments from way back in the Wayback Machine. We're still 20 minutes behind, so I guess it's not getting worse. At least there's that. DB says, Jamie, I can honestly tell you VGG or Dylan McCool or Junkyard Diggs or Birdsong never respond to questions. You do, and that's why we love you. You know your stuff.
True.
Succeed on projects. Yeah. Very true. Now, I'll tell you right now, if there were 300 people in here like in Tony's lives, there's no way I could answer every question. And when I'm getting to the point, like right now, my popular videos will be 100 to 150 comments, and that's manageable. When it's 10,000, I'm not going to be able to do it. But while I can, I will. And I hope I'm able to help. I mean, honestly, I started doing videos because I think I'm funny sometimes, and I have fun working on cars, and people told me you should put this on video. You guys at our shop, you guys are funny. You should do YouTube, and it would do well. And I kind of knew that for a long time, and I finally did it for entertainment. That was the idea. But I also realized I do have some knowledge that would be useful to people. I have years of practical knowledge, you know, working with these damn cars. So that's kind of my thing. And if I can help someone keep their project going or get their car on the road, I'm going to do that. So I very much enjoy doing that. Funny enough, you know, responding to comments and stuff on YouTube is very similar to what I've been doing in the Facebook groups for like years, which is trying to give good information next to not so good information. So anyway, I can tell it's appreciated, and I'm glad that it is. And totally unrelated to that, I'm not guaranteeing that this is happening, but I'll go ahead and mention it anyway. My friend Fitz, who does all of my artwork, put together my website, my web store, everything, has said, hey, you know, I think a forum for your channel would work really well. You know, a message board type thing, a Dead Dodge Garage forum. So that might be a thing that happens. And that would be another place where we can connect and have ongoing conversations and stuff that would work a lot better than the YouTube comments and Facebook. So that might be something that's coming. I hope it is, because it sounds pretty fun. But in the meantime, if you need me or you have questions, you can always comment on a video. I read every single comment, all of them. I read every one. And I generally respond to all of them, unless they're really silly. Why'd you send me pictures? What'd you send me pictures of? Oh, cool. Awesome. All right. Sweet. This, yeah, because of course you had to take the heads off to do that job. Same as the LS guys, the Hemi guys have to pull the goddamn heads to get the lifters out.
Why?
I don't know. I've done lifters on Hemis. Well, my brother did Canon lifters on the one truck. I think he did it the second time, and then I did it once. So we collectively have done it 3 times, I think.
Wow.
And I've done a whole Hemi replacement maybe only once, but only because it was prohibitively expensive, basically. I got asked to do Hemi replacements a good few times, but when you throw out a $6,000 quote because you have to, or more, in fact, it was $4,500, $5,000 to get a used Hemi that may or may not make noise toward the end of me having a shop. And it's just like, that doesn't work. Anyway, he sent over pictures of his lifter failure. So there is the one that went. And here is from another angle. So I touched on this in today's video on roller
Toasted.
Yeah. Oh, that's super good. This is your Hemi on drugs. This is what they do for fun. So here's the shitty thing about that. So this is the later Hemi, the Eagle motor, with the better heads and all that. And then they had MDS, not all, but some. In fact, they actually introduced MDS before that, the refresh. I think 2006, they actually started having it in cars and stuff. 6 or 7, something like that. But anyway, that's the Eagle motor. The early Hemis do this cool thing where they don't have the cam lift and lifter problem so much, but the valve seats fall out. They're a valve seat insert, and they just fall out. And when they fall out, they're like powdered metal. They explode into pieces, and then it does craters of the moon on your piston, and it's bad. So I have 2 5.7 Hemis, and they both have one cylinder that did that. So I have, between 2 engines, I've got 14 good pistons, and I've got 2 good cylinder heads. So I'm going to build a 5.7 out of 2 5.7s, which will be great until it does it again, and it will be again. And they have upgraded heads. You know, they have figured that out. The aftermarket has figured that out. But if you own a truck with that engine or a car from that time, it's a very real possibility for you that could happen. And then they fixed the heads. They upgraded the heads. The heads are way better. And they started having cam and lifter problems, just like the LS engine. Like, yeah. And this is why friends don't let friends buy Hemis. And it sucks because they're really cool. Yours is even a stick car? 6-speed? Or 5-speed?
What again?
Yours is a stick car, right?
It is. It is a 6. It is a 6-speed, yes. Sorry. My volume really sucks on this thing.
Classic. That's fine. Yeah. I don't remember where I was going with that, but
stick shift, non-MDS, still had lifter failure. Yeah.
They're fun is what I was going to say.
Like, it's a blast.
I have never driven a stick shift one. I've driven cop chargers, RT chargers. I've driven a V6 Challenger. I've never even driven a new Challenger with a Hemi in it, but I've driven the cop cars, and that gives you a good idea of like what it's like. And what it's like is kind of ridiculous. Even just the 5.7 from those is like, it does cool stuff.
It does stuff.
Yeah. And then you get into a 392 and it's just like,
oh man,
why? No, you know what? Let's supercharge it. 700 horsepower.
Yeah.
Let's go. What? Oh no, that's not enough. Okay, how about 1,000? Anyway, my point. They're cool, and I see the appeal. They sound cool, kind of. But friends don't let friends buy Hemis. I'll go through some more comments real quick here. Stacy says, thanks for the tips on the lighting issues I was having. It was just bad grounds, like you said. Everything's working as it should. Awesome. Yes, I've been there, done that many, many times. You'll have brake lights, but they're dim. And then when you turn on the running lights, it's dim, and you hit the brake light and it goes out instead of getting bright in your dual filament 1157. That is always a bad ground. For whatever reason, it's able to ground through the other side of the bulb because they share a common ground. So what it does is it grounds the dim section through the bright section somehow. No idea how that works, but it lights up dim. Imagine. When you hit the brake, now you have power, park power and brake power, 2 powers, and it's not able to ground anymore. So with no ground on the shell, it just goes out. I don't know how it works. I just know that it works. So good stuff. Tom said something about well, I think he's talking about the truck he bought, except I don't see the first comment, but there's another one down here. Huh. Okay, whatever. I'm skipping that. It's not my fault. Oh, Lovejoy says we had an air quality warning here on Wednesday due to smoke. Yeah. No, I'm sure they did in a lot of parts of the continent, but not here yet. Oh, yeah. Spoiler alert. Weekend at Mopars in the Park. We're going to have Tom and Rooster together, and I'm going to live stream with them on over here. They'll be here, and I'll be here. That's coming. I was really hoping to be able to go to that show. It didn't work out. The Saturday of Mopars in the Park, my grandmother is turning 90 years old, and I'm going to be there with her. So I'm not able to go to that show, but Tom's going, and we're going to get Tom and Rooster together, and they're gonna stream from Rooster's shop, which is going to be super cool. So tune in for that. Oh, my sister says 2020 was brutal. Yeah, as far as smoke, yeah. She was pregnant then. Good times. Brent Forte says, everything is pay to play. The cost kills a lot of dreams or savings account. Yeah, I know. Well, it can, but it doesn't have to in all cases if you make the right moves, buy the right parts, do the right thing. You know, there's a formula. You can have a lot of fun and live a lot of dreams for not your entire savings account, but it's tough. It's very tough. And I know that's in response to the roller cam thing, and I get that, but you can still hot rod on a budget, and if you can't, I don't want any part of it, is what I'm trying to say. My sister says that almost can't believe nobody thought coating the metal in nylon was a bad idea. Of course, it won't last. Well, these cars weren't really supposed to be still driving in 50 years, but that's a different story altogether. Tom says, when I rebuilt my 72 Polara ex-Washington State Patrol car engine, after my brother overheated the motor so bad the radiator melted, all we found in the pan was pieces of the nylon. Well maintained. Yeah, State Patrol maintained. Okay, yeah, I remember. We were just talking about this the other day. Exactly that. Yep. Joel Shooter's here with us again. How you doing, Joel? He says, hey, man, how's your day going? Actually, my day's going pretty good. Mostly yard work and relaxation. Mostly yard work. But yeah, good stuff. Joel wants to know, have you ever talked to Chris Birdsong? That would be a killer collaboration. No, I have not. I don't think that's going to happen, and that's all I will say. He is a very, very talented guy. Knows so much more about putting chargers together than I ever will or want to. But I don't think we'd be friends. Does that make sense? I don't think we'll be collaborating. And Dan Tupper says, yeah, NV8, noise, vibration, harshness. That is a big drive. Okay, yeah, big driver and vehicle engineering. I was going to say that's a huge consideration in building cars. Although if engineers had to work on the stuff they designed,
they'd shoot themselves.
Dude. One of the things I was always saying with expletives in the old shop was like, these engineers were not thinking of me when they did this. Because they weren't. They really weren't. Bigfoots and Mopars is with us and says there are YouTube videos of people that got robbed at the auctions even after paying additional fees to the auction experts to inspect them before they bid. Yeah. I really haven't seen a lot of that. It's funny. I did a video about a car at Mecum that was successful. It got a lot of views. It got the kind of views that some channels with way more subscribers than me usually get. It's my top video by a factor of 2.5 now. Used to be 3, 3+. But oh shit. Anyway, I haven't seen a lot of other videos. I just know what I know from being in the hobby, and what I know is that cars getting goobered together to go to auction, not going to be the best cars. They're made to look good, but they aren't good. So yeah. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I totally believe that. That sounds exactly right. Exactly right. My mom dropped in and said, lost track of time again, but here I am. Now, where's that cider? I still haven't taken her any cider. Luckily, my sister says, it's in the kitchen. Nice. Lovejoy says, I mean, the starter donor is already a 6-cylinder and it's on its side, so it's basically a slant 6. Exactly. Oh, Javi says, Junkyard D, your thoughts are as good as mine. At 63 years old, I still look for advice. I want to take a second and say a huge part of this channel, I just said this to Rooster, like, I know some stuff, and I know that you guys know that I know some stuff. But you know what I don't know? Everything. In fact, there is a ton of shit I don't know. And a big part of this channel is stealing information from other people that do know. You know, I'm here to learn. That's what I'm doing all the time, is learning and getting better at what I do. Yeah, that never stops. That should never stop. And if you or anyone is coming into a situation thinking, well, I know everything and I'm just going to be there, fucking don't do that. That's not a good way to live your life. I'm in my 30s, so I'm a young buck compared to a lot of people that do this kind of stuff. And all the time I'm picking up new bits of information. All the time I'm improving myself. All the time I'm learning, hey, this is how you do this the right way, or this is something I never knew, or wow, there is a lot about this I don't know. And that is fine. Personally, it's how I like to live my life. And I hope all of you kind of sort of have the same outlook. I think you probably do, or we wouldn't be magnetically attracted to each other. But anyway, Rooster and I were just talking about that. And it's when people come in and call me an idiot or say I don't know things, and I'm just like, dude, I told you I don't know things. On that ignition timing video from last week, it's right in the title, Performance Ignition Curves or Performance Ignition Timing for Dummies Like Me. And I mean that. Anyway, rant over. My mom says 37 watching, 36 likes. Who's the holdout? Well, the thing is, you're not going to see additional likes once you start streaming. So Rooster says it was him though. So there's that. And remember, lint is a shell's best friend. God, I was going to say something else. Something unrelated to my whatever that was. I was going to ask you a question, but I don't remember what it was.
And remember, fire is not wet.
I just thought of a good one, and I'm going to write it down for later. And I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's a good one, too. Well, I thought I had used all of these, but actually, all right, I'll tell you. And remember, flammable and inflammable mean the same thing. I have a list of these, and I've used many of them. I thought about it one time starting to recycle them because most of them, I was doing that like a long, long time ago when no one was watching my videos. So I used up all the good ones early on, like, and remember, Mongo only pawn in Game of Life. Or
Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, that's a good one. Go do it! It's crazy!
Shut up!
Shut up! Shut up! We just rewatched that family card night. We were watching Blazing Saddles. We were gonna watch something else, but it wasn't available free. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, it's good stuff. Or you don't weigh in, you don't wrestle. Or life is soup, I am fork. That's a good one. That is a good one.
Oh boy.
Oh, sorry, Brent. No, his is a Challenger, and it's a 2013, right?
Mine's a 13.
13. Crap. Now I have to go back to the. Or no, you didn't send me a picture of your car. Is that the last year of the old grill? And 14?
I think it is. I think they changed it in 14.
14. Yeah, 14 got the new swoopier dash, the modern stereo, modern-ish, and then the 71 style grill. Yeah. 2013 Challenger. Yeah, the one I did a test drive. I test drove a Challenger on the channel and allegedly did burnouts with it. V6 Challenger, but it was a 14 and it had the new dash and grill. Ugh. Stacy sent me a picture of the current smoke situation up there. Yeah, that ain't pretty. That ain't pretty at all. Anyway, gross. Good luck. We're all in this together, Stacy. Yeah. You'll get here eventually. Tom says that was 20 minutes ago. That was the POS truck I sent had a big block. Oh, I didn't get that far. I didn't put two and two together on that one. It's Camper Special 71. Yep, that's a big block. Yeah, it's got to be a 3D3. Man, there was one at the junkyard here I tried to save, but it got crushed. Real bummer. But it was a 70 with a 3D3. Really decent truck, actually. Bastards. I don't know how to say that. Ada Farville says, great live tonight. Thank you very much. Appreciate you being here. And I wish
I think that's my mom.
Is that your mom?
I think. Wow. It's either that or my dad.
Huh.
Hi, Mom or Dad.
So they probably heard they probably heard your mom impression. I'm surprised they're not here saying mean things.
Whoopsie.
I don't sound like that. You sound exactly. Oh, they commented again later and said that we're having way too much fun, which is definitely true. Absolutely true.
That's Mom.
Going back to this real super fast. No, the Charger doesn't have a stick. Only the Challenger. Blind Eekhorn Racing. I think that's how that's said. That's Tim, the owner of the Dart Sport that I've featured in my drag racing videos a couple times, says, don't forget the LX platform also has issues with the pink thingy in the shifter. Then you can't get it in gear. You have to remove the center console to replace it. Oh, yeah, I've heard of that in not a Challenger. Maybe a 300? I mean, that's LX platform. It's got to be the same stuff. Huh. Lovejoy sent me, here we go, 63 Dodge Dart convertible, $750.
Bring it to Florida, please. I need it in Florida.
Nebraska, and it's not good, so don't worry about it.
It's becoming one with the earth.
Yes. It's an roller, no engine or transmission. Yep. It's a pile.
The SS pile.
Brewster says I'm a bit behind. Yeah, I said that. Tom's been in and out. Something about a 5-year-old's birthday party. All right. We'll go. We'll do some things. Dave says, thanks for getting me in touch with Tom. Looks like it may be a done deal. Pretty excited about this. Awesome. Well, I'm just happy that I could bring that together for you, and I hope it works out. And Lovejoy says, that is an average Nebraska Mopar. Wow. But Bigfoot, yeah, we knew that. He'll be at Mopars in the Park selling parts and entered the 67 RT in the race car. Damn it. I forgot the name of your Cornet. Shit. And you'll tell me, but I won't see it for 20 minutes. No, I'll just look it up. Fuck it. Bigfoot's 67 Coronet. Jack Pine Savage. Yeah, Jack Pine Savage. Yep. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, Rooster's unfortunately not going to make it to the show.
Dang.
Scott Prado, our #1 troll from the very beginning, before it was ever a channel. He's the one that gave me the name, called my house the Dead Dodge Garage. Checked in a bit ago. I think he's back in the contiguous 48 states. Is that how many we have? Yeah, 48 of them. Oh, Scott, you want to build a gazebo? Ken's here. It says, I'm a chemical engineer and I work on things I designed all the time. Good. Wish the automotive engineers had to. And Tom's bragging about his new truck. Bought a 77 Dodge Crew Cab this weekend. Factory 440 truck, which is pretty rare. Yep, it's cool. It's got a little, it's got Pacific Northwest Crew Cab rust, and that's inner roof skin, bed sides. There's other floors, of course, but it's not that bad. It's not as bad as my 73 Crew. So, anyway, he says, looking forward to Jamie doing a video on it after we get back from Minnesota. Yes, exactly. Oh, that's funny. My sister has a nicer way of putting exactly what I do. It's not stealing information. It's aggregating and translating. And I do feel like that's what I do, because all the information I have, I may have figured out myself, or I got it from other videos, or I got it from stuff I read, or manuals, and I just collect all that shit up. I take the best information and I put it together. And that's what my videos are. When I'm explaining something, it's the best information that I have, and it came from other places. I just hope it's in a format that makes sense and is enjoyable. That's what I'm going for.
And brute force is just mechanical finesse.
That's right. Don't be afraid to throw a wrench at it.
Thanks, man.
Which reminds me of a story. This one time, so my brother and I ran a shop together, and he was pretty green as a mechanic. I'd been messing with cars. We'd been messing with them together. But anyway, we're working on a Ram truck of all things, and he put down a really big wrench on the battery, and it quickly shorted out both terminals. And I grabbed it and moved it, and I was like, what are you doing? And he picked it up and threw it. He was like, I'm not perfect. And then I felt bad.
I love it.
Good time. If you're at Mopars in the Park, you'll know Bigfoots and Mopars, because he will be wearing a green Gone Squatching hat.
Sasquatch hat.
Dan, if you're handing out crew cabs, I'll take one. I have one, but mine's a total pile. That Tom might be on it too, so we'll see what happens. Hello? What are you doing, hot dog?
We're going on a bike ride if Ava doesn't want to go on.
Sounds awesome. Well, she's not in here, so you better go find her.
Okay.
Okay, bye. Henry. Lovejoy wants to know, do you have any use for a radio out of a 64 Dart? It's taking up space, so I might throw it in with the pipe. You can probably throw it in the pipe. You can do that, and I'll take it. But I think I have 3 that I'll never use. Just saying. Rooster's still waiting for a shameless plug on restoring parts for the 273 Hot Rod Motor Project. Rooster restored some parts for this 273 Hot Rod Project. Oh, now I got to scroll through and find pictures of that. It's going to take, oh, wait, oh, that didn't take too long. All right, check it out. There's the intake I bought from Rooster. I've still never seen it in person, but there it is before. Oops. What the heck was that?
How'd you do that?
What?
How'd you do that?
I don't know.
Magic.
What am I doing? How did I do that?
Dude, that's dope.
I don't know.
Intake.
I can oh, yeah, it's smart. You can copy that and put it in a note. You could just that thing. Anyway, there it is before. And there it is after. Look at that. It's beautiful. Rooster
All right.
is really a professional when it comes to restoring parts. Before Magic, there's the windage tray that's coming with. And after Magic. Beautiful. So if you need parts restored, I guess get Rooster to do it. They look really good. I think he was going to ship them to me, but it's kind of expensive. So he's just going to hand them to Tom while Tom's over yonder and bring him back here. And hopefully I can afford that dual quad short deck intake by then, because I'd like to have that now. I did think of something to do with it. Oh yeah, and then whoever that is, that's probably your parent, said we're having too much fun.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
My parents.
Hi.
Yeah, my parents says Spaceballs is what we were gonna watch. Yeah. Do you think we're being too literal? American Joe TV is with us, but ugh, so late. Yes, or to put that another way, right on time as usual. Yeah, Dan's got to hook Tom up with the RAM charger too. It's this whole thing. Oh, damn it. No. Okay, Stacy wants to know if I tried the Big Turk bar. No, I was going to save that for this too. Stacy says, I think they taste like Satan's butthole covered in chocolate. He loves them. No, I haven't tried it. Like I said, I was going to try, and I was going to try that and one of the bags of chips on the live last week. And I was going to have Big Wrench on. And then the live last week got bumped. The first live I've ever missed, by the way. The first Sunday I haven't streamed since I started back in October, I think. But anyway, no, I haven't tried it yet. I was still saving that. So we'll see. We'll get there. Good
Satan's
stuff.
butthole.
Satan's butthole. Oh, actually, one of the other ones we have tried are the Canadian Smarties. They are completely different. It's not even the same candy. It's a chocolate, like an M&M, but the coating almost tastes like the horror that is American Smarties. That weird powdery, yeah, kind of weird. Anyway, Amy Harville's here with us and says, I actually got the Challenger for cheaper because no one wanted it as a manual.
That's true. That's a true story. I
believe it. When I bought my, not a Challenger, my stupid Corolla that I bought, my daily driver that no one watched the video on, I thought, dude, a 5-speed Corolla, amazing. I'm going to get 40 miles a gallon. It's going to be great. That's totally worth paying the extra. No, it's worth $1,000 less.
Yeah. Nobody wanted it.
And the really dumb thing is I'm pretty sure the sale price that they based it off of was the automatic. And then I find out that the manual is actually worth less. I agree with Dan. It's crazy, but it's a thing. It is a thing. Brent Forte has the correct opinion, which is if it's not manual, I don't want it. Glad to see a lady keeping the manuals alive. Agreed. But I won't agree with if it's not manual, I don't want it. I love a stick shift, but two things. First off, I bought that Corolla I was just talking about, the 5-speed one, and it was a week and a half. And I was like, dude, I am tired of shifting gears. This is ridiculous. It's not fun. It's not a sporty car. It's just the entire point is to be cheap and good on gas. Like,
yeah.
And especially the drive I do, like there's a lot of it. And it's like, dude, no, this sucks. This isn't fun. Now I have a Subaru with an automatic and I love it. It's awesome. Drives great. Way better. And another counterpoint to that is diesel trucks. The manuals tend to be more reliable, kind of, unless it's a NV series, and then it isn't. But to me, shifting a diesel truck is just work. It's a job. I mean, it's fun, I guess, in a way, but it kind of gets old. And I like just throwing it in drive and going. You know, I do a lot of long trips with the diesel towing the trailer, and it's like, I just don't want to be shifting gears. I just don't. The automatic's fine. So that's where I'm at. And final counterpoint to that, my 68 Charger is an automatic, and I don't care. I love it. I'm never swapping it. I like the column shifter. It stays. And that's because that car, you just get in it and you drive and you cruise. It's not supposed to be a drag car. The Demon, someone told me to put an automatic in it because it would be faster, and I said, fuck you. I don't care. So to summarize, it just depends on the vehicle, the application, and what you want. I love a manual transmission, but not everything needs one. I'm okay with some.
True story.
Scott wants to know if I want to work on a Ford. I imagine he means a tiny tractor. Actually, yeah. Should work on that. Definitely. Ken, thank you very much for your order. I really appreciate that. I think I've gotten caught up on orders, and everyone should have their stuff. If you somehow have made it to this live stream and you don't know about deaddodgegarage.com and my merch store, please check that out. We sell excellent stuff like these trucker hats and beanies and t-shirts. And believe me when I say, and Ken can attest to this, many other people can, they're really nice shirts. They really actually are. They're very comfy. My latest, More Bad Than Car shirt, I got in the heather, and it is super nice. So just saying, it's a thing that I have. You can support the channel by buying my shit. I don't make a ton of money off of it, but, you know, I get to use your body for shameless self-promotion, and that's pretty cool.
Advertisement.
That's right. Oh, yeah, and my sister says that we should turn that dart into a planter. That's definitely where it's headed. It's going to be fertilizer one way or another. Amanda, how do I even do that? Amanda Tichnell says, just want to let you know my husband Luke did another Dodge build this weekend. If you didn't see it yet, I did. I've got him on Facebook, and I saw the latest update I saw today was the one Durango body on like wood blocks on a trailer. So I think they're body swapping in Durango. They've got all kinds of crazy lifted projects over there. The giant Durango we were talking about last week, and then the AMC. Yeah, good stuff. My sister says, throw a wrench, sure, but don't let the smoke out. Yeah, because once you let the smoke out, it's really hard to get. How are you doing on time there, by the way? What time is it where you're at? Like midnight or something?
It is actually, I was fixing to tell you, man, because it's 10:32 to be exact. We're at my time. So
what, 4 a.m.?
Yeah, really. No, I have to get up and actually do work tomorrow. So
well, you're more than welcome. Yeah. You're excused if you'd like to take off. But yeah, if you guys haven't checked Big Wrench out yet, you should do that. He's growing a channel. He's working on Harleys, and he's got all kinds of interesting stuff coming. Just getting started and taking off. So check him out, and I'm sure we'll have him back here. I meant to let him talk more, but we just have so many comments. And as you know, and as people have said, you know, the big point of this is trying to get to all of them, and it's hard to do that and talk.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about the cam yet.
No, we really haven't very much, have we?
No, but
didn't you have some input on that? Was it in a Ford? Is that where you were talking about?
Yeah, so we did a 289 on a Summit budget cam kit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be daggum if the same thing that happened to you happened to this. Identical. I mean, we had it on the stand. It was running fine. All of a sudden, I'm like, what the devil is that? Oh no, we think it's a rocker. It's the rockers. Don't worry about it. Rockers.
Oh, just tighten it down.
Yeah. So as soon as it went back down to idle, it was just clunk, 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 clunk. I'm like, oh, she's not happy.
Ouch.
Sure enough, pull the cam out. It was as smooth as the Dodge's one that I pulled out of the Challenger. So yeah, it can happen. And it was high zinc Rotella 1540. We threw everything at it to make sure it was going to be perfect. He was so mad, ripped it out, put a roller 302 block in. I'm like, dang it.
Problem.
Yeah, but like you said, it costs money.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
No, and that's the thing. And it's funny you do mention intentionally. See, I keep doing this. We had the right oil in it. We did it right.
Yeah.
So on today's video, I've had a couple comments where people were like, well, just put a high zinc oil in it and then run it at 2200 RPM for 20 minutes and it'll be fine.
We did.
I did that. Well, you probably stuck a lifter in a bore. Dude, it was fresh from the machine shop. The lifter bores were honed. They were perfect. I checked every one of them. Well, you probably didn't have a crown on one of those lifters. I checked every one of them. I did all this stuff, and we can say
that the manufacturer actually is messing up a little bit.
Now, rant
over.
The comp lube, I do have suspicions about that because this is an engine I put together. I used that stuff, and it sat for like 3 or 4 months before it ever ran. Maybe all the lubrication is gone. Maybe that's the original sin. But just looking at how those lifters, like they were still spinning and chewing to pieces, and they're flaking off. How is that material flaking off? It just doesn't compute to me. So, and all the old timers in the comments saying, we never had these problems. I've never done a break-in like that. What are you talking about? You know, that
it was a different time.
Yeah. You know, part of my problem is, again, this is a story that's being told over several videos, and the person that drops in to watch this video didn't see that one, didn't see, you know, they don't have the full story, but they come in trying to tell me. I don't know if I don't have gray hair, so they just assume I'm an idiot. Like,
yeah,
dude, someone in the one last week, multiple comments. What brought this video on was, well, you need to get a roller cam. You got it. Why wouldn't you get a roller cam? Like I haven't heard of them. Okay, dude. All right, right on. I'll just get a roller cam. That's what I'll do.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you want to take off then?
Yes, sir. I guess I'll see you probably next Sunday, or just message you as another video comes out. But keep up the good work, brother, and we'll see you on the next one. And thank you, Eric, again for having me on, and thank you, everybody.
I'm sure we'll have you here again sometime, and I will try to let you tell us more about your program. We don't have to talk about mine so much.
Hey, that's all right, brother. I appreciate it big time. You guys have a good night.
Yeah, you too. You take it easy.
Take care.
Donnie with Big Wrench Tech. Donnie, the Big Wrench Tech, however, whichever. He's in Florida, many hours ahead of us. So anyway, we got like 25 minutes left. I'm going to try and get to all of these comments. And if you do have any questions, feel free to drop them. I think I'll probably be able to do that. Get to all of them, that is. YT viewer is here with us and says, wife and I love your videos. I've been banned from watching them without her. Thank you for the great information and entertainment. That is awesome. Thank you very much to you and Mrs. YT viewer. I really appreciate that. I will say my viewership, according to YouTube analytics, is 97% male. It's a real sausage fest in here, and I don't necessarily understand. I feel like, you know, I should be able to appeal to not males, but there's not much I can do about it. But anyway, glad to hear that. And thanks for being here with us again. Dan says, Mrs. T says she'll make cookies if you do. If I take a crew cab off your hands? Well, you got my email address, so yeah. Witchcraft! Early for next week. Well, I won't be. We're going to have to get right on time as usual as a shirt. I think it's already on the list. Let me put it on the list. If it's not. Yeah, it's not. Right on time as usual. Oh, this is funny. Actually, in response to something we were just talking about and a comment I see coming up, which is Luke Tichenel, builder of many extravagant 4x4s, says, yes, everything needs a manual. One of the things that made it to the shirt idea list or the merch idea list is floor panels are extra, clutch paddles are mandatory. I understand in spirit, but in practice, I still think there are reasons to have an automatic. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, right on time as usual shirt. Yeah, sounds about right. You people need to buy my shirts more. Just saying. If you buy a bunch more stuff, maybe we'll be more excited to make more designs. Just saying. Just throwing that out there. Bananas here says, howdy. I am not on time. My schedule's had me napping for 2 hours. Damn. Guess what I saw the other day? Well, I don't get to guess. A 1985 Dodge Diplomat with a General Lee paint job and bull bar. Slowest General to ever exist. It was cool to see it, though. I've seen the General Lee thing done on different cars, and it's, you know, it's cute. I think I've mentioned before, there's a Buick Park Avenue or a LeSabre. Maybe it's a LeSabre in my town. A brown LeSabre, like a 97 Buick. And it has a Dixie horn. Hilarious. Bigger guy, kind of looks like, you know, you had to stuff him in there. I saw him drive that thing all the time, and he was always lighting the Dixie horn off when he drive by. Good stuff. Lovejoy says, my old boss has a 96 dually diesel with a manual. He had the trans go through the side of the case twice. Yeah. Ooh. Javi says, had a 340 Demon blue. Oh, interesting. Terrorizing our small town back in the early 70s. Guy totaled it. Didn't get a chance at Mecum. No, I suppose not. Rooster says, I have to leave early. Big Tech, you have a new sub. Me, the shovelhead, did it. Night, kids. Remember, being 3 hours late is right on time. Just ask Tom about that. Anyway. My mom says advertising makes it happen. Well, here we are. Oh, I think I smell dinner. I got to leave on time tonight, folks. It's 7:41 my time, so we got 7:42. 18 entire minutes. And unfortunately, I can't leave you with a song because, as mentioned, I don't have a guitar. So you'll just have to pretend that I did. Banana says, you should get that Plymouth Volare kit car thing. The only bad thing is it's a Plymouth Volare. So kind of cool. Honestly, I think they're really rare and probably expensive despite being a Volare. But we were talking about them in a previous live. It's a neat car. It's cool. I was explaining it to, oh hell, who was it? One of my friends or acquaintances yesterday. Lanny works at my favorite junkyard, and he's a tow truck driver. And he was saying, yeah, they had a funky one of those. And I said, you mean a Roadrunner? He says, yeah, but they had a bunch of them too. I mean, didn't they make a version of it that even said Duster on it? And then I was just describing the kit car to him, but I couldn't remember what the hell it was called. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, yeah. I knew they made a Daytona in that time, but that's a B-body. It's based on the Magnum or whatever. Dan says the kit car program was so cool. I think it was, yeah. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to find one. I guess I could just spray paint 43 and make some louvers out of like cardboard or something. Oh, I crashed into that car the other day. Really silly story. Ridiculous. I'm not even going to share the entire story with you, but the long and the short of it is I accidentally crashed into the Volare the other day, and I was upset that I broke a taillight on a different car. I don't give half a crap about the Volare. Like I said, if it's not new old parts, it's just recycled cell phone guts. I got a kick out of that comment because you're exactly right. I mean, the metal is just not what it was. It's just not what it was. Dan says lifter failure, bad wear, then cupping, then edge spalling. Yeah. Yeah, and here's the thing. And I made this point in the video. I didn't quite drive it home as hard as I meant to. But on that engine, no, I did. I totally did in the teardown video. It's a dead stock engine. It is supposed to be every bit factory, every bit restored. You know, that was the point. We got the smallest cam we could find ready-made, and it was a comp. So we went with a comp because they had it on the shelf. And the thing, which is hilarious, Rooster and I were just talking about that. The Walmart of camshafts. They had it on the shelf, and it's cheap. Good to go. Not good to go. But that's why we went with that camshaft, because it was the smallest we could find. It was actually essentially a reproduction of the factory 383 HP cam. So it was actually bigger than what we wanted, but we went with that. That engine was a dead stock build. It had to be a flat tappet. Couldn't be a roller conversion. And it's not that Willie's poor. Willie could probably afford that, but it's supposed to be factory. Anyway. Rant over. Somewhat Fast is here and says, what's up there, dog? Yeah! Yeah, it's normal stuff. Mostly yard work today. It's amazing how much grass you get in your beard when you're doing the weed whacker thing. Which brings me to this. Fitz, who's working, as he often does, says, maybe the ladies will show up after the chin reveal. Who knows? Maybe they will. Also, Fitz says, we might also get more designs if you ever send me that list. Okay. I'll send you the list. I'll be honest, Fitz. We've been maintaining radio silence lately, and I just figured you needed a break from what I've got going on. So, yeah, I will send you the list. We've talked about some other ideas. Did we ever tease the stuff? I think we teased the stuff shirt. It hasn't happened yet, but someday I want to see that. Someday. There are a lot of ideas. You know, this never was really meant to be a shirt manufacturing organization, but it is what it is. Anyway, with that said, Walter G902 says, howdy, chiming in a little late. How you doing, Walter? You are a little late, but that's okay. We got about a little under 20 minutes left. God. So you didn't miss the whole party. Yeah. Need a shirt that says it's okay. Well, if it were in my usual parlance, it would be that's fine. But there are other. Doesn't Derek say that too, kinda? Yeah. In our shop, usually it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. And then the other one is peg. Zip ties and bias plies. You don't need to worry about that. Anyway. And YT viewer says it's basically restored or restored. The way I would word that would be restored to original factory specifications. That's like, it's fine. That is on the list. Some of these are shirts. Some of them are ideas for stickers. No one came back from the future to stop me. I feel like that's one that would have a wide appeal, you know. I'm still committed to it's not just good, it's good enough. And old Mopars don't die; they just take naps. Anyway, there's a lot of them. Oh, when life gives you lemons, get a bigger crowbar. I guess that's something I said once. Except I think it was pry bar. Get a bigger pry bar. Huh? Why did I write down crowbar? That's weird. Anyway, I've said a lot of dumb things. But first, soup. It's a long list. That's what I'm trying to say. Leaving Tower Power. That was another one. Restored to original factory specifications. And that's also kind of dangerously getting into Derek's territory because he says that's factory. That's factory, or it's an original factory option, or whatever. It's restored. That's another thing. Whatever. I wrote it down. We'll work on that. We got a lot of things we got to work on. Luke says, I'll have a few of those shirts made if you make that one. License plates will keep your feet off the ground. That's right. Floors are optional. Clutch pedals are mandatory. It's on the list. Walter G902 says, there's a mint 8788 Turbo Z Daytona I spotted 10 minutes up the road from me. This thing is super clean. Dude, I have been tempted by those a lot lately. I keep seeing them. Or related cars. But, damn it. I still want a Rampage with a turbo. Is that too much to ask for? I don't think so. Turbo Rampage. Big Wrench is back. He says, I forgot my brain. Good night, brother. You're probably still here. I know you. You're like, man, I got to go to bed. I got to go to bed. Squirrel! Anyway. It's good having you here. Walter G says, you'd be better off trying to build a Roadrunner clone with the Volare. Yeah, it would be easier. Less work for me, and I like that. The kit car stuff is rare. That's what I was saying. It just wouldn't happen. Just wouldn't happen. Banana says, I do have a question. I was working on my 68 Charger the other day, and it was making an odd clicking sound in the transfer case. Does your Charger have a transfer case? If it does, something's wrong. Yeah, Big Wrench is still here. How did I know that? What? Bob, looks like Bob dipped out a minute ago. We'll talk to you later, Bob. Thanks for being here. Banana, tell me what you mean when you say transfer case. That's not a thing that the Chargers have. Cave Day says, you need a long sleeve tee for us cracker ass white guys that burn on a cloudy day. And a pocket, because every tee needs a pocket. I should make a pocket shirt. That'd be cool. I love pocket shirts. I still have some very worn pocket shirts from like when I was still working construction. In fact, I have one that has no armpits and I love it. Maybe I threw that one away and I still have one that has one armpit. My Roadkill shirt, which I got from the Roadkill guys in person. No big deal, no big deal. It's missing an armpit. I need to retire that one. Long sleeve tees. Fitz, you taking notes? I guess we need a long sleeve tee. I never thought of that. I am muy blanco. Mucho blanco? Mucho blanco. But I do tan. So I don't really have to worry about that myself. I don't know how I got lucky with the tanning, but that's not really a problem I usually have. I do get a red neck, but that's, it's normal. I hadn't thought of that. I have a couple long sleeve tees that I just don't really wear. So anyway, we'll see about making that happen. And a pocket shirt would be great. It would have to be, I don't know. I'm going to think about that. Pocket shirts. Great. Now I got to write that down. Pocket shirts. Long sleeve tees. Question mark. Pocket shirts. Pretty soon we'll have a full line. Walter G, excuse me, twice. Walter G says, I might have a lead on another one or two of those Mopar Performance cams. I'll message my buddy Mike and see what he has. He has a shit ton of new old stock Mopar Performance parts. Yeah. Have him email tom@rocketresto.com and his eyes will be this big. Banana says, also my friend got a perfect 69 Charger 440 the other day. This time it has not a speck of oxidation. It spent 2 days on the lift and some tearing down to look for anything funky. That's awesome. Way better. Congratulations. 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Yeah, except I think it's 7 out of 8. I think what's on the list is 7 out of 8 ain't bad. Yeah, 7 out of 8 ain't bad. Because we're talking 8 cylinders, in muscle car world. Rippler is here with us again and says, your opinion on gear vendors products. Thanks. I've heard they're quite good. The only gear vendors I have ever experienced was in a Cummins P-Pump Cummins 5-speed truck. It was a 5-speed with a gear vendors behind it. And I tried to do the split gears thing with it, and then I learned that it only works above 35 or 40 miles an hour. So you can't split first, second. I guess you can split third at higher speeds, but that wasn't as fun anymore. But it was cool. You know, it worked fine. I just, I had to read the manual because I didn't think it worked. And then I was like, oh, it's only above 40. Yeah, okay. It was neat. I have heard they're quite good. I've heard it's a great way to go for a muscle car. At least that's what Gear Vendors wants us to think. I've never heard of anyone having problems with them. They're kind of huge and funky, it's not factory, and everything I like to play with generally is factory. But everything I know about the Gear Vendors is that it's awesome. So that's all I can tell you. Javi says, saw your big block roller cam install today. Really looking for a small block conversion. Less pricey? I would not expect that. Let's find out. Those can't be for a Mopar. Yeah, they're Chevy. If you had a Chevy, it's $82. I searched for small block Mopar and it pulled that up, and I was like, that cannot be correct. Oh, Howard's retrofit kit, small block Mopar Dodge. There's a cheapo set. Yeah, I've seen these. Cheapo set with the links, $290 on eBay. Clay Smith Cams makes a set that's $616. Everything is expensive in Mopar world. Everything. It just sucks. Wow. Ford conversion lifters are spendy too from Lunati. I would not bank on it being any cheaper. Here's Hughes. Hughes is reputable. Small block conversion from Hughes, $530. Yep. That sounds more like what I was thinking. Just for the lifters, $530. Hughes, I'd call that reputable. I don't know who actually makes them, but I don't think Hughes makes them in-house. They carry crap. What's that other brand called? Nope, can't remember. But they carry good stuff. So if it's coming from them, I'd trust them. Mechanical rollers, small block Chrysler, $888 from Borowski Race Engines. So yeah, cheaper? No. The only way you could go cheaper is by starting with a Magnum. If you want to do a roller cam small block, start with a Magnum. I mean, you can even put LA heads on them if you have to. There are a lot of different ways you can do that. If you have a 340 like mine, I wanted to roller convert my 340 for probably exactly the same reasons you want to. I would do that to the 340 because that's the kind of block that you need that's staying with you. That's special. That's numbers matching. That is your engine. But if you're just looking to build a small block, grab a Magnum. Okay. I didn't get the joke. Good. I thought it was a joke, but then I took things too seriously and it just went right over my head. So thanks for that. Good night, Dan. Thanks as always for being here with us. I do apologize for skipping a week last week, skipping a live last week. I'm glad you all came back. I've had worries about that. Unfortunately, there are going to be times where I'm not available on Sunday to live stream. That's going to happen. We've been doing really well so far, but whatever. But I'm glad you didn't all, see a squirrel and forget that I exist because I wasn't here for a week. As you all know, I very much look forward to this. So thanks for being here with me. Banana says, I knew Chargers didn't have transfer cases. I wanted to see if you knew. And remember, lint is a shell's best friend. Fitz says noted on the long sleeve tees, so I guess we'll see where that goes. They got to have them. They got all kinds of stuff. I keep getting emails. Check out these hot products. Everybody's buying branded combs. Yeah. Oh, Mrs. Jamie says, dinner's done, so don't stay late. I already made that announcement. I won't. I said as much. With that said, it's time to go, folks, because I got to go eat dinner. It smells amazing. Walter G says, I made a post on Facebook, mentioned you and my buddy Mike about the NOS Mopar performance parts. Okay, I'll check that out. Report this great show. Why are vintage Mopars so much better looking than other cars? Because they're the best. K-Man Weisenbach says, missed you last week. I need a replacement K-frame for my 73 Coronet, but they're hard to find. Can I use one from a 71-2 or maybe even from a C-body? 73 Up B is special. I don't think you can convert to the earlier stuff. You've got the isolator mounts. Everything is funky. Maybe it's possible, but it's probably way more work than it's worth. My mom says, I did look for you last week. Thought you might still be out on the water. If you didn't hear the story earlier, I meant to message you this privately and tell you, be glad you didn't go with us because it was an absolute debacle. The boat didn't get on the water and we ended up abandoning it somewhere. Good times. But it'll be out again soon, and I'll let you know. When I have it on the river in Hoquiam, you can hop on the boat from the dock. It'll be much easier. That'll happen. Dan says, oddly, I did watch the Ford and Caddy videos. Why? Because I know folks that run them. Yeah, I thought those videos were actually kind of good myself, but none of the Mopar people did. None of the other Mopar people did. And with all that said, folks, I'm going to go eat dinner. I think it's, what's that stuff called? Noodles and meat? Happy Sunday. Have a good week, folks, and I will see you anon. Thanks for being here with me.